Have you ever wondered what personality traits seniors who like to be alone really have? While society often paints solitude as loneliness, the truth is many older adults who enjoy being alone share unique traits that make them strong and thoughtful. In this video, we're diving into 7 clear traits that show why seniors who embrace solitude are not just different, but often stronger in ways most people overlook. Stay tuned until the end, because you'll discover how these traits not only highlight the strengths of those who enjoy their own company, but may also inspire you to see your own quiet moments in a whole new light. Now, let's get started. Number 1. Deep self-awareness. One of the most defining traits of seniors who enjoy being alone is their strong sense of self-awareness. They've spent decades reflecting on their lives, their choices, and their values, which gives them a clear understanding of who they are and what truly matters to them. Unlike younger years, when many people chase external approval or try to fit into groups, seniors who embrace solitude often know exactly what they want and what they don't. This clarity allows them to set healthy boundaries without guilt and to spend their time in ways that align with their inner priorities. Self-awareness also shows up in subtle ways. For example, a man in his 70s may choose to decline a noisy social gathering, not because he dislikes people, but because he knows that quiet evenings with a good book help him recharge. Similarly, an older woman might spend long walks alone, not out of isolation, but because she understands her need for reflection and peace. These decisions come from a place of wisdom, not avoidance. Psychologists often point out that self-awareness is a sign of emotional maturity. Seniors who possess this quality recognize their triggers, understand their emotions, and can respond to challenges with calm rather than impulsiveness. This makes them not only resilient, but also more content in their daily lives. Their solitude isn't a sign of emptiness, it's evidence of a rich inner life that doesn't need constant external noise to feel fulfilled. This deep self-awareness becomes a kind of compass guiding decisions both big and small. It allows these seniors to enjoy solitude without feeling lonely, to savor independence without fear, and to approach each day with a quiet confidence that comes from truly knowing themselves. Number 2. Strong inner peace. Another distinct trait of seniors who enjoy solitude is the deep sense of inner peace they carry. Over the years, they've experienced enough ups and downs to realize that constant busyness or social validation does not necessarily bring happiness. Instead, they've learned that peace often comes from within, and being alone gives them the perfect environment to nurture that calm. This inner peace is not about escaping the world, but about finding balance. A senior who values solitude may spend a quiet morning tending to a garden or sipping tea while watching the sunrise, not because they lack company, but because those simple moments give them a sense of grounding. That calm presence becomes noticeable to others as well. Friends and family often describe them as steady, unshaken, and reassuring to be around. From a psychological standpoint, inner peace often comes from acceptance. Seniors who are comfortable with solitude usually accept themselves and their circumstances without constant comparison to others. They don't need to prove their worth through achievements or appearances because they've reached a point where contentment matters more than competition. This peaceful nature also protects their health. Studies show that chronic stress weakens the body, but those who cultivate inner peace through solitude tend to have lower stress levels and a greater ability to cope with challenges. When difficulties arise, they can pause, breathe, and respond thoughtfully instead of reacting in frustration. For many seniors, this sense of peace is what allows them to enjoy solitude without feeling restless. Their quiet moments are not empty, they are filled with calm reflection, gratitude, and a quiet joy that others often envy. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 2 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now, Lara, let's move forward. Number 3, strong creative spirit. Many seniors who enjoy solitude often display a deep well of creativity. When they are alone, they use that time not as emptiness, but as an opportunity to explore new ideas, revisit old hobbies, or express themselves in meaningful ways. This creativity might come through painting, writing, gardening, music, or even reimagining how to organize their living space. The quiet they enjoy becomes fertile ground for imagination. This is not surprising when you consider that solitude allows the mind to wander without interruption, without constant distractions. Seniors can tap into thoughts and insights that often remain hidden in busier environments. A 70-year-old woman may find herself sketching memories from her youth, while an 82-year-old man might spend hours piecing together family history in a scrapbook. These creative acts are not just hobbies, they are ways of leaving a legacy and shaping meaning in life. Psychologists often note that creativity thrives in silence. The mind requires space to connect ideas and explore possibilities, and seniors who embrace solitude naturally provide themselves with that environment. Their creativity is not driven by external approval, but by an inner desire to express, reflect, and grow. This is why their work often carries such authenticity and depth. In practical life, this creative spirit often enriches not only the senior themselves but also their family. Handmade gifts, thoughtful letters, and carefully tended gardens become treasures for loved ones. Their imagination often inspires those around them, proving that creativity has no age limit. This trait also keeps the mind sharp. Engaging in creative tasks challenges the brain, encourages problem solving, and keeps memory active. For many seniors, their creativity becomes a form of therapy, reducing stress, bringing joy, and reinforcing a sense of purpose. Ultimately, the creative spirit of solitary seniors is one of their greatest strengths. It allows them to transform quiet time into something beautiful and meaningful, reminding us all that solitude is not a void, but a canvas waiting to be filled. Number 4, heightened observation skills. Another powerful trait found in seniors who enjoy solitude is their ability to observe the world more carefully than most people. When you spend more time alone, you naturally become more aware of the details that others often overlook. For seniors, this heightened observation becomes almost like a second nature. They notice the small shifts in weather, the subtle changes in a friend's tone of voice, or the way a grandchild's expression reveals more than their words. This comes from years of experience and a slower, more reflective pace of life. Instead of rushing through conversations or daily routines, solitary seniors tend to sit back, listen, and really absorb what's happening around them. This makes them thoughtful communicators. They don't always rush to respond. Instead, they take time to process what's being said, which often makes their words more meaningful when they finally do speak. Psychologically, this observation skill is rooted in mindfulness. Seniors who are comfortable being alone learn how to tune into the present moment. They are less distracted by noise, less pulled into unnecessary drama, and more grounded in what truly matters. This calm focus not only benefits their relationships, but also helps them manage stress more effectively. In practical terms, keen observation can even be life-saving. A 75-year-old man living alone might notice an unusual ache in his body sooner than someone who constantly dismisses their own signals. An 80-year-old woman who enjoys quiet evenings might quickly pick up on changes in her neighborhood and take steps to ensure her safety. Their ability to notice and act on subtle cues is often one of their greatest strengths. This trait also enhances creativity and problem-solving. By noticing what others miss, seniors who enjoy solitude often come up with unique ideas or fresh perspectives. Whether it's finding a new way to cook a favorite meal, rearranging a home for easier movement, or giving wise advice to younger family members, their insights carry depth. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 4 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move forward. Number 5. Strong emotional control. Seniors who enjoy being alone often display a remarkable sense of emotional control. Rather than reacting quickly or being carried away by anger, fear, or sadness, they've learned to regulate their emotions with grace. Years of life experience have taught them that reacting too strongly rarely solves a problem. Instead, they respond with patience, calm, and measured thought. This emotional steadiness is one of the reasons solitude feels comfortable for them. They don't rely on constant chatter or external distractions to soothe their feelings. Instead, they have developed inner tools like reflection, prayer, meditation, or simple quiet time that help them reset their mood. For instance, a 70-year-old man might step outside and take a quiet walk around his garden after a stressful phone call, knowing that silence is more effective for him than confrontation. From a psychological standpoint, emotional control comes from self-awareness. Solitary seniors know their triggers, and they've learned to manage them. They don't suppress their feelings but process them in a healthier way, which reduces unnecessary conflict. This trait also brings a sense of dignity by not being easily swayed by external pressures. They maintain a calm presence that others naturally respect. In everyday life, this shows up in many forms. A 76-year-old woman who prefers her own company may stay composed when a family gathering becomes overwhelming. Instead of becoming upset, she quietly steps aside, allowing herself the space she needs to stay balanced. Another senior may face medical news with resilience, choosing to focus on what can be done rather than panicking about what cannot. Strong emotional control not only makes solitude peaceful but also strengthens relationships. Because these seniors don't demand constant reassurance or emotional management from others, the time they do spend with family and friends is often harmonious. Their calm energy reassures those around them, creating an atmosphere of trust and comfort. Number 6. Deep appreciation for simplicity. Seniors who enjoy solitude often develop a profound appreciation for the simple things in life. They don't need extravagant outings, constant entertainment, or large social gatherings to feel fulfilled. Instead, they find joy in everyday moments. A warm cup of tea in the morning, the sound of birds outside the window, or the comfort of a favorite chair. This ability to embrace simplicity gives them a steady sense of peace that others often chase but rarely find. Part of this comes from experience. After decades of striving, working, and raising families, many seniors discover that true happiness is not found in material possessions or endless activity, but in quiet, meaningful moments. This shift in perspective allows them to live with gratitude. A 68-year-old man who lives alone might treasure the routine of preparing his own breakfast, while a 79-year-old woman may delight in tending her flowers each afternoon. These seemingly small rituals become powerful sources of comfort and purpose. Psychologically, this appreciation is connected to contentment. Seniors who like being alone are less driven by comparison. They're not measuring their lives against others or competing for recognition. Instead, they focus on what brings them genuine satisfaction. This reduces stress, fosters calm, and allows them to truly savor what they have.
From a practical standpoint, valuing simplicity often leads to healthier habits, choosing to cook at home instead of always eating out, maintaining a smaller living space that feels manageable, or keeping social circles intimate rather than overwhelming. All of these choices create balance. Their independence is strengthened by not overcomplicating life. This trait also makes them inspiring to others. Family members in younger generations often notice the quiet wisdom in how solitary seniors live. Their ability to find joy in simplicity serves as a reminder that life's greatest treasures are often found not in what we buy but in what we notice. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 6 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move forward. Number 7. Self-reliance. One of the strongest personality traits seen in seniors who prefer solitude is self-reliance. These are individuals who have spent decades learning how to handle life's challenges on their own, and as a result, they've developed a powerful sense of independence. For them, being alone is not something to fear, it is something that feels natural because they trust their own judgment and abilities. Self-reliance shows up in many practical ways. For example, a 72-year-old man living alone may prefer to manage his own household chores rather than constantly relying on others. A 78-year-old woman might take pride in handling her finances without needing someone else to guide her. This is not about avoiding help when necessary, but about valuing the confidence that comes from being capable on their own. From a psychological perspective, self-reliant seniors often find strength in knowing they can meet their own needs. This gives them resilience during uncertain times. Instead of feeling helpless when life throws challenges their way, they can draw on their own resourcefulness. They may not always have the perfect answer, but they carry the mindset that they will find a way. That belief alone gives them security and stability. Self-reliance also brings freedom. Seniors who enjoy solitude don't need constant approval or companionship to feel validated. They know who they are, and they trust their ability to navigate life in alignment with their values. This makes them less vulnerable to peer pressure, less worried about what others think, and more focused on living authentically. The beauty of this trait is that it allows seniors to enjoy relationships from a place of choice, not necessity. They are not clinging to others out of fear of being alone. Instead, they value companionship when it comes, but they are equally content when it does not. That kind of balance often leads to healthier, more genuine connections with family and friends. Final thoughts. So what stood out to you the most? Which of these 7 traits do you see in yourself, or maybe in someone you love? Seniors who like to be alone are often misunderstood, but as we've seen, their solitude is not about loneliness. It's about strength, resilience, and wisdom that has been shaped over a lifetime. These traits, whether it's self-awareness, deep observation, creativity, or inner peace, remind us that solitude can be one of the richest experiences in life. If you find yourself enjoying time alone, take heart in knowing that it reflects qualities many people admire but rarely achieve. And if you know someone who prefers their own company, perhaps this insight helps you see them with more respect and understanding. The truth is, solitude often uncovers the best parts of who we are, and it allows us to live with authenticity and calm. Thank you for joining us today. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share one thing you learned today and how you plan to use it in your life. Your thoughts are important to us, so don't hesitate to share them. Reading your comments gives us great motivation and encouragement. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you.
Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.